Hi guys and ghouls. Do I need to say it? I should probably say it. It's time for another TKMAXX haul. So in my defense, I didn't actually go to TKMAXX. I was sent these things. I have no excuse. Basically, I was looking for a few items and two lovely people found both of these items for me and sent them to me, thus why I have them here to show you today. So first off, I'm going to show you something which I posted on Instagram and got so many questions about, and I'm so sorry I couldn't help you guys out because even I couldn't find it in my stores. So I was sent this absolutely gorgeous cushion by a lady called Lisa. Now someone posted a picture of this cushion on one of the Halloween pages and I knew I needed it straight away. Now I'm awful when it comes to cushions. As you can tell, I have such a collective habit when it comes to them. But last year I got a countdown cushion which lives like here. You guys would have seen it. Everyone cried about it last year. And this cushion is in the exact same style. So when I saw it, I thought they go so nicely together. So I was like on the hunt for this cushion. I was talking to like 10 people just like saying, if you find the cushion, please let me know and I will PayPal you straight away for it. So I was just desperate for this cushion. Now everyone in my ghoul gang slowly but surely got the cushion other than me, and I was just feeling like the end was nigh. They had no more of these cushions. Every single year TKMAXX and HOMESENSE bring out some kind of cushion which they only bring out like 20 of, and then everyone cries because they can't get one. So I don't know why they don't just make more of them, because obviously it makes them money, but whatever. Anyway, I was desperately after this cushion and I kind of come to the realization that I probably wasn't going to get it. Like I probably had missed out on it this year, and I thought it's probably for the best because I don't have any room for this cushion. And at that very moment, Lisa messaged me and said she'd found the cushion and did I want it? And yes, I did. So Lisa really kindly bought this cushion for me and sent it over. I kept the label on. It's been really annoying. I've had this on my bed, but I had to keep the label on so I could show you. This cushion cost $14.99 and it is actually from a different make to the countdown cushion, which was by a make called Candy Corn Lane, I believe. Now this one is by a make called Mary and Edgar. I like to think that this crow is called Mary and this is the skull of Edgar Allan Poe. And this is a feather-filled pillow and it says it is a decorative pillow, whatever that means, because these pillows are so comfy. You could kind of sleep on them if you wanted to. So this pillow is massive, so I don't think it's going to fully show up all in one shot, but this is how it looks. And I call this, well, on my ghoul gang we called it the pillow because there was no other pillow which we cared more about than this. But now I have the pillow, I'm going to call it the journey pillow because it has a little Halloween journey on. So before I show you up close, this pillow is black on the back and the front. It's kind of like a cotton, just a plain black material with an orange trim around the outside, and all of the rest of the details on the front are fully embroidered. So in the corner of this cushion it says Happy Halloween. It's in very fancy embroidered writing, and then it has a little spider web with a tiny little spooder coming off. And then where should we start our journey? At Dracula's castle. So we have little Dracula's castle here. I love that they've labelled all the little places. It has a little kind of gate here with a pumpkin, and then a very green witch who's trick-or-treating with a little trick-or-treating bag, and then there are some little trees, and then we go across to Candy Corn Mountain, which are these big candy corns. Now I definitely think that this must be made in America because we definitely do not really get anything with candy corns made in the UK. So we come down, we meet another little trick-or-treater who's dressed as a pumpkin. There's some more trees in the background, and then we come to this just regular little trick-or-treating house and we get to the jack-o'-lantern patch. So we have a little pumpkin patch, there's lots of different jack-o'-lanterns with different faces, and we come around to some more trees, and this is called the Witch Broom Forest, which I assume is because they make the witches' brooms out of these little branches. I have actually been looking up about making my own witch's broom, and apparently you need to make them out of silver birches, so I assume that this must be a forest of silver birch trees. Then we come to a Frankenstein trick-or-treater, and this pillow is surprisingly heavy to hold up. And then we come to another little house here, we go across and we meet a little ghostie. So this little ghostie is trick-or-treating again, and he's hanging outside this little cemetery with loads of different gravestones in it. Then we carry on down and we come to horseman's bridge, which you go through, you make a little skeleton and a pumpkin. Definitely kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice. And then we come right back round to Dracula's castle and we see a lovely full moon with some bats. So as you can see, this piece is super detailed. There's loads and loads of elements in it. Definitely lots more in it than I thought just from photos. So many like little details which kind of really finish this off and make this whole pillow just come together and look so spooktacular. I am so delighted by this pillow. It is absolutely gorgeous. I was like blown away when I opened it. It's all I can really say because of the detail, the quality of it. It was all like properly embroidered, so it's not really going to go anywhere, and it's so gorgeous. It's also very like soft. It's full of like feathers, so it means that it's like proper comfy. You could maybe sleep on it, as I said, but I probably would recommend sleeping on like the plain side rather than the embroidered side. It does have a big old label at the bottom saying like just don't throw it in the fire, so I probably will cut that label off because it's kind of annoying, but it is the same size and shape as the countdown cushion, so they go so nicely together, and I'm so happy I got this. So a massive thank you to Lisa for picking me up this gorgeous cushion. So the other thing I was sent by Simply Gothic, and it's this cute little cat on a pumpkin. Now I did get this little cat in a pumpkin, but as you can see they have very different vibes. I definitely feel like this cat is kind of more grumpy. It's definitely more of a spooky feel. As you guys know, I loved this black sassy cat that we got, but it doesn't quite have those vibes. It is more of like a scary, like spooky vibe that this cat gives off rather than like a grumpy one. Maybe more angry is the word I'm looking for. But he's on a kind of squash pumpkin, which I really like. I love like a good variation in pumpkin size. We do get quite a few of these very rounded pumpkins, which there's nothing wrong with, but I love to get a few different ones. We've got like a little squished pumpkin, and then the cat is sat on it, very arched, in a very classic kind of Halloween cat pose. Now this cost $5.99. It is made of a resin, I would say, but it does feel like a super nice quality. It doesn't say what brand it's made from, but it does have a very different finish to many of the pieces that we've got so far from TKMAXX and HOMESENSE. Here is the cat. Unfortunately he does not have green eyes, but I will be painting his little yellow eyes green very shortly after I finish filming this. He has very exaggerated cheeks, which seems to be the fashion of this year, which I'm very pleased with. I'm loving all these black cats that we're getting with exaggerated cheeks, I guess, and ears. And then here is his body. So he's sat on top of the pumpkin. Again, they've really thought about the anatomy of this cat. He seems to have all of his bones and muscles in the right places. He has a very arched back, as you can see, a very kind of scaredy cat, Halloween cat pose, and then his tail is curled up at the back. Now as you can see, it's all over him. He does have fur. It is a very soft feeling fur. It doesn't feel scratchy or anything, but it is super detailed, and I always really appreciate when they go into detail when it comes to black cat's fur. Now this is the pumpkin that he sat on. As you can see, it is like a squash pumpkin, and there's so many different shades of orange in it. It's absolutely glorious. In the middle it has the pumpkin stalk, which kind of curls round onto the cat's feet. So in like proportion, I guess this pumpkin would either have to be very big or this may be a kitten, but the pumpkin does seem to be pretty much the same size as the cat. But yeah, as you can see, it's like a squash pumpkin. I love the fact that it has little dents and stuff in it. It kind of looks like it's been bashed around a bit, as in the pumpkin, not the item, but it gives it a lot of character, which I really like. As you can see, it's a very different finish to kind of the normal resin pieces that we get, which I think is why I was so drawn to this. So Simply Gothic found this in her TKMAXX, and straight away she sent me a photo. Did I want it? Yes I did, and she very kindly wrapped it in a million layers of bubble wrap and sent it over to me. So I was very grateful to be able to get him. The bottom of him is just plain black. As you can see, he still has his price on there, and he does have these little felty circles on them just to stop him scratching, although it is very smooth, so I'm not sure if it really would scratch a surface anyway. But yeah, I was super pleased with him. He is quite small compared to some of the other items, but since we are running out of space, it's probably quite handy that he is on the smaller side. But I'm so pleased with him. He definitely, as I said, gives me a slightly different vibe. Definitely more darker colours rather than the normal kind of bright oranges and bright greens that we get. But it's nice to have a little bit of variation here and there. And I definitely felt that for £6 he was so worth it, because a girl cannot get enough of black cats on pumpkins. And soon, once he has his green eyes, he will be absolute perfection. So those were the 2 items which I was sent from TK Maxx. As I said, I was sent them by 2 different people, so they came from 2 different branches. I have seen a few of these cats are still in stores, but unfortunately I haven't seen any like recent posts about these cushions. But every single morning I do check to see if they are online. So if they do suddenly pop up on the TK Maxx website, I will leave a link down below for you. So thank you very, very much for watching. As always, I will leave links down below to the TK Maxx website anyway, and I will leave a link down to my playlist of HOMESENSE and TK Maxx hauls, because she's done a lot of them and I'm pretty surprised if maybe you had missed one on the way, just because it's very hard to keep up with all this stuff that I keep buying. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions, comments, please do leave them down below. If it's anywhere you are, I hope you enjoy the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!